Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching I Allegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. I'm at the Dory fish market, and you learn something new every day. First of all, they can't go out right now. They're not fishing right now because it's so windy and so blown out that they didn't fish, but they do have crabs and shrimp over here, which is kind of cool. I have the most wild real estate story to tell you that is absolutely unbelievable. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold. But first things first, Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. real estate has taken a tumble in a matter of 1 week. Think about this. 1 week's time between February 8th and February 14th, Valentine's Day, last Friday, there was 14,875 houses listed for sale. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Isn't that wild to think about? In 1 week. Now, look at this. When you see the picture of this, it's crazy to see how it looks. If you go on Zillow, it just, it just keeps expanding, expanding, expanding. I was looking at Zillow over the weekend, and I was sitting there just refreshing it, and it would just constantly change. And this is unbelievable. But what it's done is it has destroyed the real estate market in 1 week. Housing prices there, residential housing prices, have gone down 36.5%. So the glut of real estate has completely destroyed the Washington, D.C. area. Now, one thing that people write me and say, "Oh, real estate's going to be the greatest thing ever. It's always going to be good. You don't know what you're talking about." I had some guy write me last week, and in some rural town, my house sold. I had 20 buyers. It sold in 6 days. You're a fearmonger. You don't know what you're talking about. This is the news, guys. This is where I get the stuff from different news sources, and it is amazing. On one day, I want to make sure I get the figure right because it's unbelievable. Okay. In one day, you had over 516 houses listed for sale in one day. One day on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, baby. We're leaving. Here's what's wild. What is the political makeup? We generally don't talk politics here. What's the political makeup in Washington, D.C.? How about this? 92% of everybody that lives there is a Democrat. 92. Not, I would think, I was going to say, oh my gosh, it's probably like 60%. 92% of the people are Democrats. But with the closing of all these agencies, people are done to rue. They're finished. Now, with all these cutbacks, USAID and all these other agencies, people getting laid off, they're done. Now, here is what is crazy. Here is where this could get like spooky bad. There is talk with the banks that they could call in loans because people have moved in there. Not everybody's, flush with cash. Not everybody can, has lived there 10 years and can take a 36.5% hit. There are people that in the last 7 days are upside down in their homes. Uh-oh. They're starting to see and have a potential worry that banks could call in loans and tell people that they are done. Isn't that wild to think about? Unbelievable. So it was nice. I spoke to the lady that runs the fish market, and she gave me fishing 101 that, you get up here 5 o'clock in the morning, and all they have are crabs. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, guys. Huh? Anyways, it's cold, and there's no fish for you today. So it's unbelievable, guys. You're going to start to see crazy things like this happen in the real estate market. Where could this happen next? Where could it happen next? Now, Los Angeles is the next place. There is such a problem with the rebuilding process. Think about this. The building department in the city of Los Angeles, has been inundated with people that, hey, I want to rebuild. You do have people that have money there, and they're like, honey, let's let's hire our own cleanup crew and we'll clean up the house ourselves and not worry about this. Nope, 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 nope. There is a permitting service. You have to go through plan check and planning. There are forms online with the city of Los Angeles for what they call level 2 cleanup, which is getting the debris out of there and where you're going to take it. Think about this. There's a form online, and this is a real problem with Los Angeles. They have a form online, and I've seen videos and TikToks about this. People go to take the form in, and the city has said, we're not familiar with this form. We don't know what to do. We'll get back to you. Get back to us. This is your form. It's printed from the LA Building Department website. This is bureaucracy at its finest. And when I grew up, my brother and I have joked about this. These poor people have no idea what's coming because the city of LA was the worst. It was hell. Going to get building permits in LA is a nightmare. My friend Amber, who is a permit runner, she has things, think about this, from November and October of last year that were dropped off for plan check that are still not approved. Simple improvements, simple things that should be done. And she still doesn't have them. It's February, guys. Uh-oh. So you're going to see these places not get rebuilt. It's going to be nothing but a disaster right now. God, that's beautiful. Isn't that nice? Sun coming up. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about the real estate market in beautiful Washington, D.C. Because man, oh man, these poor people are done. And, I don't want to see anybody suffer at all. But this could happen in any community. If you have a glut of real estate that comes on the market, what's it going to do? Drive prices up? No way. No way. And then you're going to get people that are desperate, people that were hanging by a thread, people that barely made it and went out and were, living paycheck to paycheck, and now there is no paycheck. So they're done. They're done. And that beautiful sunrise is just disappearing on us. So let me know what you think about this so far. There's a lot more to cover, and I'll get a good shot of that for you. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Right now, you're seeing such an instability in stocks, in real estate, and your retirement is something you just don't want to play with. One thing that you need to do is get yourself a hedge, and the best thing that's proven over and over and over through the test of time has been precious metals. Right now, we are seeing gold, hit an all-time high, and experts have said that we could see gold hit $4,000 an ounce. Contact number 1 rated Patriot Gold Group today, 888-330-1431. They have the best customer service. Ask them questions. Find out about their IRAs, 401ks. They have the IRA that's free for life, guys. Unbelievable. Number 1 rated for 9 years in a row. Contact them today. If you don't want to call them, use the link below. Fill it out. They will answer all your questions. They'll send you a free investor guide. But look at getting metals into your retirement now. It's very important. And contact number 1 rated Patriot Gold Group today. Now, a couple things in the news that are pretty wild to think about. There are 50 large companies that are warning about the fragility of the stock market, that you could see a stock market crash right now. And a great story out of the UK from the Daily Mail talking about how, we could see a overnight turn in the stock market. Now, we've had a lot of different, warnings, Peter Schiff and Robert Kiyosaki and, Edward Dowd last week. I mean, all these people have just said that this could go south quickly. But now you've got the companies themselves saying, hey, beware of what's going on. Now, 2 things that are wild to think about. City of Fremont, California, which is loaded with free love, peace, and freedom and stuff like that, just passed an ordinance last week where there's no more outdoor camping. And the idea with this is to get rid of the homeless sleeping outside. Goodbye, goodbye. But they did crazy stuff where you can't sleep on any streets, you can't sleep on a sidewalk, you can't sleep in a park, open waterway. In other words, the storm drains. You just got to be away from it, and you can't call it camping either. Bye. And they're proposing streets in public areas. I mean, that you just can't get into this. The whole story is below, but you know, this is the new thing where you're no, we're not going to have this. We're not going to have the vans. We're not going to have the motorhomes rented out. We're done with it. And again, you want to destroy property values, bring that stuff to you. One thing that you're seeing in Malibu, and uh, Adam Carolla talked about this, about how you're going to see the uh, people living on the sidewalks before you'll see the homeowners come back, and that's exactly what's happened. So, craziness. Evictions, we talked about that. How about this? There's places that, you go and you complain to your landlord, hey, we don't have running water. Hey, we don't have heat. Hey, it's unsafe. Hey, our doors don't lock. No, we don't care. They're evicting people in Detroit, which is just wild to think about. This areas where they generally don't have these problems, and they go along and with the normally lean on the tenant side. No, not this time. The next story was sent by Dr. Marvin. I really appreciate whenever you guys send me anything. This is about another food recall. Made good uh, granola bars just got recalled. 2.4 million cases of these granola bars. Isn't that wild? Now, one thing that we're learning, that we're seeing more, is they're starting to grade the recalls. So this one is grade two, and the grade two makes it so that it could cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. There could be metal shavings in the granola bars. Ah, yeah, it doesn't sound good. Now, a couple things that were sent to me about the auto industry. Think about this. Great story below that Dave sent me, and that was, are they making cars cheaper now? Are they making cars so they're not built to last? Remember that? I think that was Ford that did it, built to last. Well, no, they're not. I mean, you don't see these cars last through the test of time. In fact, they seem like they're made cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as the price goes up and up and up. So that's crazy. You're seeing a lot of problems with the quality of vehicles, and I have to agree. I am a person that loves buying a used car. I just am. You can roll that thing off the out of the dealership and pay all that depreciation, and then I'll get a good deal on it. That's how I feel about it. And I'm going to send the story to TK's Garage. You want a good car guy? TK's Garage. I love that guy. He's a good friend, and he really is knowledgeable about the auto industry in a whole. And he also covers a lot of stuff with Detroit, and interviewed executives that work for the car companies and stuff. The final thing with the car side is Volkswagen. Volkswagen, is bragging about something. Hey, we narrowly missed a strike. We narrowly missed having to fire a bunch of people. But what we've decided to do is we're not going to continue with our production levels at the same level. We're going to cut production in half. Think about that. They're going to make half the cars that they've made in previous years. Well, okay, well, what's the problem there? Nobody's buying the cars. Volkswagen's been plagued with problems. Oh my gosh, over the years, the mileage lying and all the lawsuits and problems. And I know a guy that had a Volkswagen car that would burn oil, brand new car, burned oil so much that he kept a logbook. And those lemon laws, I'm sure if you live here in California, they have lemon law attorneys that help you get out of your car. They gave this guy a new car, refunded his money, and gave him money. He got a new car, and he got like $10,000, and it cost him nothing. But because the car just burnt oil like crazy. So I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. Elon Musk over the weekend had a heated X battle, Twitter battle with his latest baby mama. How many kids does Elon Musk have? 13. Can't put that on a dating site. Hey, I've got 13 kids. Oh my gosh, I'm the richest man in the world. I've got 13 kids. 13! 13, hello. Okay? Form a baseball team, form a hockey team, basketball, you do it all with 13 kids. Ashley St. Clair is the baby mama, who I've never heard of, but got a 5-month-old kid. Wow. Bill Ackman runs Pershing Square, and Bill Ackman says he is getting out of the Chipotle business. And, I always wonder, when big investors ditch something, does that mean that they're done? Does that mean that the company's finished? So, wild. I take a look at stuff like that. We just had an email go out. Make sure you check your spam filter if you're on the list, and you should be on our email list. And final story. Quaker Oats had another recall. Pearl Milling pancake mix. Think about this. I get a kick out of stuff like this because it's like, wouldn't you think that would be in that? It said that there was undeclared milk that could be in a pancake mix, and that they needed to say that there was milk in it and people could get sick. I understand about stuff like that. What do you think's in that? Flour and nothing? I mean, I would think that there would be milk, eggs, God knows what in fake pancake mix. So let me know what you think about this, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Sorry we didn't get to see any fish today. Was disappointed, but watching the sun come up, you and me, it's kind of romantic. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. You want to email me, it's hello@iallegedly.com, and I will see you guys very soon.